Hi there and welcome to my studio here at home. I'm James with WILDSIDE Yoga. Today's sadhana or yoga practice will be more of a static, slower flow, allowing you to hold the postures a little bit longer. I like to point out a lot of details in the asanas or yoga postures, so try to tune into those details. Rest when you need to, modify and use props as you need to. And I wish you a wonderful and safe practice. We look forward to your feedback. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start in a child's pose or balasana. Oh, you can also have blocks nearby. Use the blocks as you need to. Here, for example, we can sit on a block. We'll place it between the legs, between the feet, and you could sit your sit bones back onto the blocks. If the flexion in the knees are okay, bring the hands apart a little bit wide. Nice deep inhale here. Exhale and sit the sit bones back onto the heels and relax your forehead down. Start to tune in maybe to a little stretch across the lower back as you soften the shoulders down and rock the forehead a little bit left and right. And now notice the space between your ears and shoulders. Try to soften that space a bit. Find a little bit of a longer neck here as you draw your shoulders away from ears, and then you might even bring the belly button, start to hug it into the spine, and start to walk the fingertips forward a bit more as you reach and elongate across the periphery or the lateral sides of your body. Now lengthen breath through the nose. Exhale it out through the mouth. And continue on your own here. Now as you deepen the breath, maybe pause at the top of the inhale. Try to keep the mouth closed by sealing the lips closed, and exhale out through the nose. So you've just tapped into your Ujjayi breath or victorious breath. As you inhale and exhale through the nose, there's a little restriction in the back of the throat. And the sound, the breath sort of has this oceanic quality to it, this oceanic sound. Good. As you press into the palms, come to Dvipada Pitta or neutral table. Adjust the hands about shoulder distance apart, and you could bring the hands just underneath the shoulders a bit here. Fan the fingers wide open. Slide the right foot back. Press the ball of the foot into the mat and extend through your right heel. Now press your mat away and draw the belly button in, contracting through your right quadricep. Take a breath here. Exhale, lower the right knee back, extend the left foot away, belly button, draw it in. Again, you're pressing the ball of the foot, really stretching through the calf, extending through your left heel. You're kind of pushing, pressing the mat away, you're drawing in the belly. Deep breath here. And exhale, lower the left knee back down. Now, whether your hands are on your blocks, if your wrists are a bit sensitive, right? Or if you want to come onto the knuckles, sometimes I see my students doing this, or I even do this myself. But if you gradually want the forearms and the wrists to start to get used to having the hands flat, you want to keep the fingers wide open here and sort of engage the fingertips into the mat, right? Pressing floor away, okay? Now, we'll begin our Vidalasana sequence, or cow and cat. So we'll inhale and lower the belly down. You're coming into the lordotic curve, or that lower arch in your lower back, right? Inhale here, gaze forward, long neck, deep breath through the nose. Exhale, belly into the spine, rounding back like a cat, Marjariasana,
Chin towards chest. Draw tailbone underneath and hands pressing floor away. Now flow with your breath as you do that. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Inhale cow. Exhale cat. Now you might pause as you draw the belly in and move the hips around in a circular motion here. And maybe switch the direction of the circle. And notice as I'm coming back, I try to draw the belly in to the spine as I come back. And I might keep the belly down here. And exhale round into cat again. Good. Now place your hands down. Left hand comes in the center. Press into the mat. Draw the belly in. Okay? Inhale and sweep the right arm up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Exhale, Suchika Sutrasana. Thread the arm through or thread the needle pose. Right shoulder comes down and you look to the left ear, resting the right side of your head and face. Now slightly tilt the chin in and walk your left hand forward into the front right corner of your mat. Some might be here, some might be extending the left foot away, okay? So I'm here trying to draw the belly in here. If I do lift up the foot about hip height, I won't go any higher, and I'll focus on square hips here, draw the belly in, okay? Now, we're going to externally rotate with the hip, so the foot, now my foot is pointed towards you, right? And then you internally rotate. That internal rotation tends to square up the hips more, and the external rotation doesn't. The hip starts to lift maybe a bit here, okay? Internally rotate. Now, bring the hand back if you want just a bit more, balancing on the right side, pressing through the right shin, top of the right foot, and maybe you rest the left arm behind your back. Slowly bring the hand back. Lower your left knee shin. Shift your weight to the left. Press into the left hand. And inhale, bring that right arm out. And exhale to release. And circle through the shoulder girdle on that right side. And maybe go the other direction too. Come to neutral table. Give me a cow and a cat. Inhaling and exhaling. Right hand in center. Inhale, sweep left arm high. Exhale, thread the needle through. Line up your left shoulder with your left knee shin. Then bring the left side of the face to the mat. Tilt the chin slightly in. Palm of your left hand should be facing up towards the ceiling. Walk the right hand forward and overreach to the left corner, front left corner of your mat. Belly button, draw it in, tilt the chin slightly in, and you might extend through the right heel. Now actively suck in the belly here, hug the belly in. If you want a bit more, hip height is all you need. You don't need too high. And again, rotate externally as you open and internally as you close. Continue to balance, belly in. Externally open here, inhaling. Exhaling as you internally rotate. Belly button, draw it in. Now balancing on the left side. Maybe you bring your right hand back. Inhale and exhale, relax arm behind back. And balance here, belly button in. Pressing through the top of the left shin and foot. Actively engaging Uddiyana Bandha. Belly button, draw it in here. Breathe through the nose. Slowly your right hand comes back, your right knee and shin comes back. Shift the weight to the right a little bit into the right hand, and inhale the left arm, shoulder out here. Exhale, releasing, and circle that arm around a couple of times. Send it up, back, and down also. Good. Now another couple of cows and cats, or organically move any way that feels good for you. You might send the hips to the left and to the right. You might send the hips to the left and look to the left. Look to the right. Good. Now let's come to the belly and to the thighs and extend the hands out, palms face down. I'm going to look to the right and place the left ear down. My right hand comes in. I'm going to gently turn and lift the right foot here and plant it on the floor behind the left leg. Softening through the shoulders and the neck here, just to stretch through the front left shoulder blade across the clavicle on the left side here. Just a gentle little stretch. Palm of the left hand is facing down. You can extend and bend through the right knee here. Slowly as you come back to center, looking to your left, left hand comes in, your right hand extends to your right palm facing down, and you turn to the left, you turn open to the left, and bring the left foot behind and plant it down. Again, belly button, draw it in, soften through the neck and shoulders. Gentle, sometimes you might feel a little bit of a pinch between the shoulder blades, so you want to relax that space. You might adjust your right hand a little bit here. And again, maybe extend and bend through the knee a couple of times. And also stretching through the front right shoulder, through the clavicle. Inhale here. Exhaling as you release and come back. Now, wiggle the thighs and the shins a little closer together and bring the hands, the arms here beside you. Long neck, belly button in, tops of the feet pressed down. Now, tuck your tailbone underneath you as you draw it down and forward and pull your belly off the floor here. Okay? So I'm using the hands to press a little bit, and I'm pressing, pulling the belly off the floor. Engaging glutes. Hold here. Your weight is sort of pressing into your forearms and your palms. So your chest shouldn't be touching the floor. Your glutes are active. Belly in. Long neck. Good. Now relax back down and wiggle the shoulders around a little bit. Airplane the arms open. Sweep the hands behind you. Palms face up. Belly in. Glutes active. Lift up a little bit higher now. Baby Cobra. Good. Hands come underneath you. Hug the elbows in. Keep the knees and the shins and the thighs on the floor. As you press and push into the floor here, your knees and shins stay on the floor. Inhale, chest, belly lifts off the floor. Don't let the elbows open out to the sides like that. Keep the elbows hugging in and press floor as you inhale. Exhale, bring the knees a little bit wider apart. Now I'm going to bring the feet together and my knees are wider apart here. Blocks, you can bring them, or you can have the hands. Now, fingers are pointed away from each other. Left to the left, right is facing the right, okay? Now, belly button, draw it in, send the pelvis forward, lift the feet off the floor. Belly in, gentle with the lower back here. Breathe through the nose. Exhale it out. So chest forward, shoulders back and down, long neck, actively hugging in the belly. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down halfway, hugging the elbows in. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, back down. Back up, inhale. Exhale, back down. Back up, inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, adjust your hands and lower the feet down. Draw the belly in and now hug, or you can come onto the knuckles and bring the knees in a little bit closer. So now the knees are hovering off the floor. The knees are under the hips here, right? Now behind them, the hips isn't forward. You're right there, hips over the knees and the knees just a couple of inches off the floor. Core stays active, sucking belly. Long neck. Your knuckles are pressing floor away or your hands are pressing floor away. Inhaling. Hips up, downward facing dog. Nod head yes, shake head no. Walk the dog and pedal it out. Bicycle it out here. Good. Shake head yes and no a few times. Bend and extend through the knees. Gentle with the knees. Off the balls of the feet maybe you're pressing as you do this. Back and forth. Good. And then walk forward, right? Shoulders away from ears. Slowly walking forward. Lift, lengthen halfway. Relax into your forward fold. Shoulders, head, arms can dangle, or hands can hold opposite elbows here as you ragdoll and sway left and right. Keep a little bend in the knees if you need to. Rest the belly on the thighs if you need to. Excellent. Gentle neck rotation. We'll rest the forearms on the thighs so the lower back is supported. We'll still hug the belly in actively though, right? Maintaining engagement through Uddiyana Bandha. And then we'll, as we lengthen the neck by drawing shoulders away from ears, we'll gently shake the head now here. And we might nod the head yes. Good. Now as you come back to your forward fold, if you want a gentle little neck stretch, you're going to interlace your hands and with the palm of the hand kind of creating some traction across the back of your neck, you're going to sort of like gently drag the palm across the back of the neck as you stretch out the neck here, back of the head. Slowly as you release, roll up nice and slow. Shrug the shoulders up, back, and down a little bit here. Gently shaking head now. Nodding head yes. If you go shoulder, ear to shoulder, easy with the neck here as you go ear to shoulder. Excellent. Come to the top of your mat. Bring the feet together, lift the toes up, fan the toes open, settle them down, root the four corners of the feet down, and then gradually stand nice and tall. Engage the bandhas here. Mula bandha, you're tucking tailbone underneath you, and you're drawing in the belly in and up, engaging Uddiyana Bandha. Closing maybe even the eyes as you find that gentle calm and balance, grounding your intention for your practice. Let's begin. Open eyes. Big inhale, sweep overhead, reach up, look up, palms touch. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, hinge at the hips. A little micro bend in the knees if you need to. Lift, lengthen halfway. Step your right foot back, lower the knee and the shin down. Wiggle the left foot around if you need to, okay? Just make sure that the knee is over the heel, not behind it, and definitely not in front of it. Okay, now, top of the right shin and the foot relaxes down, and some might have the hands to the floor, some might have hands to blocks, some might be here, forearm to the top of the thigh here, belly button draw it in. Inhaling and exhaling. Pelvis forward and down, and then you might even come onto the fingertips here, lifting chest upward and forward as you draw the belly in. Deeper stretch through the groin, gentle here. You don't need to go as low as I'm going, or you could go lower if you want, right? So I'm not that flexible, obviously, but you know, we'll just go where we can. We want to scan constantly, be aware of the sensations. You don't want to overdo it. Good. Curl toes, easy with the knee. Step the left foot back and inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Now I'll modify, I'll do the easier variations, but you are welcome to do full Chaturangas, and you could do multiple Chaturangas here. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Pedal it out and settle the heels down. Fan the fingers wide open and the feet are about hip distance apart. Lengthen breath through the nose. Right foot inhale it nice and high. And then keep it about hip height. So if you went really high, lower it back down. Now see if your left heel is off the floor or not. Try to glue that left foot heel down. Sometimes you might slide the hands back just a bit more. Okay? Now, bend the knee, inhaling as you lift the foot heel high. And exhale, turn the hips open to the right here for Shavasana. Look under the right armpit towards the ceiling as you push floor away. And then look under the left armpit towards the foot. Wiggle the foot around, circle the ankle foot around here. Meanwhile, you try to glue the right foot heel down. And then as you inhale, turn to square up the hips again. And now focus on height as much as you can. Pressing floor away. Inhale here. And exhale, bring the foot all the way through. Walk it forward, wiggle it forward. Do what you need to, but frame it between your hands. Lower the left knee, shin, top of the left foot, and begin to relax that left side pelvis forward and down. You can come to with the forearms and tops of the thighs here. Hug the belly in. Hands to floor or block are okay too. But maintaining the inhale with the lift with the inhale. Good. Hands to the floor or the block, curling toes, and step the right foot back now. Exhale, Chaturanga. Transition with your inhale, whether it's Cobra, lazy upward facing dog, or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Pedal it out again, settle the heels down. Now, with an inhale, float and extend the left foot heel away. Okay? Hip height is all you need. Walk the hands back just a bit more so you could glue your right foot heel down, evenly pressing into the hands. Actively suck in the belly. Maybe even look towards the belly, towards the knee, or towards the right foot. Now bend the left knee. Press to lift up here with the inhale. And exhale, turn hips open to the left and keep pressing floor away. Look under the left armpit towards the ceiling. Draw the belly in. Try to glue the right foot heel down so your right quadricep is active. And look under the right armpit now towards the foot. Shake that left foot ankle around. And then come back to center. Square up the hips. Point toes. Press and send that foot nice and high. Exhale it all the way through. And then now as you come to this sort of runner's lunge position, inhale, pick up your right foot and step that one forward. Exhaling, releasing. Lift, lengthen halfway, inhaling. Exhale, forward fold. Feet apart a few inches. Inhale, coming to chair, Utkatasana. Exhaling, sit a little bit lower, but sweep the hands behind you. Airplane the arms open, kind of like you're coming down a ski slope here, ready for that jump. Now hug the belly in and tuck the tailbone more underneath here. Engage through the traps, the lower back, the triceps, the back and mid-back muscles here. Inhale as you come to chair. A little bit lower, this time hands reaching up and forward. Shift the weight into the heels. Bring the knees back over the toes a bit. Sit a little bit lower. Deep inhale here. Exhale, release into your forward fold. Now extension as much as you can get out of the legs. Hands to the floor or to the block or to the shins. Shift the weight to the balls of the feet, root the four corners down, extend crown of the head forward away, belly button in here. Releasing with your exhale. Brace through the core, inhale and rise. Exhale, gentle back bend. Inhale, send up the hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift, lengthen halfway. Exhale, right foot, step it back. Again, lower the knee, shin, top of the foot. This time, low lunge coming up. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Reach up, belly button in, palms touch. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Left foot wiggles to the left a bit more. Hand to the floor or to the block. Shift the weight forward, gentle as you bend the right knee, coming to the femur bone of the right leg. Inhale, sweep left arm around. Exhale, reach back for the foot here. You might use a towel or the strap. Now, gentle as you draw the heel in towards the hip here. If you want a bit more, maybe to the forearm. To the outer blade of the left foot heel. So the inner blade of the left foot lifts off the floor. Now slowly as you release, always mindful with the kneecap, and slowly bring the foot back down, or maybe you had a cushion of some sort underneath the knee. Now I'm going to lift up the right knee, and on the left hand, there's a little tunnel here on the left side. I'm going to send it through. I'm going to airplane my hands apart here and draw the belly in. If you want a bit more, and you might hover the hands off the floor. Brace core, sucking belly. Hands come back. Bring the left hand on the inside and spin your right foot heel down. Keep moving the left hand a little bit to the right and the left foot wiggle it to the right. Now check and we'll kind of see if you could line up the heels or maybe even heel and that arch of the right foot there, right? And then left hand to the floor or to the block, little extension through that left side here, pressing through the middle toe, big toe of the left foot. Now, inhale, sweep up that right hand, open to the right and reach up here. If the hips are sticking out away to your left, bring them underneath you more, draw the belly button in, creating a little bit of a lift here, and then left hand to the floor to the block, reach the right hand nice and high. Shoulders apart from ears, chin draw it in and turn to look up towards the ceiling. If you want a little bit less, maybe arm behind back. If you want a little bit more, maybe arm overhead. But keep turning to the right. Relax your hand back down. Turn so the right foot heel, the right heel is off the floor again. Lower the right knee shin down. Wiggle your left foot again a little bit to the left. Right hand to the floor or to the block. This inner thigh on the left side, bring it into the belly, kind of creating a little bit of a turn and a twist here. Your right shoulder joint wants to come forward and do that. Bring it back, okay? Maintain the lift. Uddiyana Bandha, engage, belly in, inhale, sweep. Exhale, keep reaching. Now curl the toes under on the right side, lift up the right knee, extend heel away. Exhale your left hand back down. Spin the right foot heel down again. Left side, warrior two. Cartwheel arms here. Exhale. So now you're sitting into your warrior, nice wide stance. Heel, heel, or heel, arch line. Your right pelvis, you bring it back. And your left pelvis forward and to the right a little bit. If the knee wants to turn in, you keep it open. As you reach that back hand away, look to the back there, and then find your alignment. Gaze, drishti, past your left hand, sink low. Maintain the lift out of the waist here, sucking the belly. Inhale, extend. You're pressing through that middle foot, the middle toe, big toe on the left side. Now bring the right hand to the right leg. Inhale, sweep left hand high. Exhale. Now turn the palm so it faces the back of the room and reach back there. Maintain the lift and length out of your waist. Up and then to your right. Cat out of the lower back, draw the belly in, and pull that right pelvis back a bit here. You can be here, reaching back with both arms. Inhaling, exhale as you come back. Now, we're going to turn so that the back heel comes off again, and now we're forward facing. So we're going to wiggle the left foot a little bit to the left, and we're going to draw the belly in forward facing here. Reach, reach, reach. Some might lower the knee here if they need a little break. Some are going to bring that armpit to the outside of the left thigh. Draw the belly in, hand on top of hand here. As you balance, maintain the lift and length out of your waist. And you might press into the right tippy toes to kind of shift your weight forward a bit as you suck in the belly. Slowly as you come back, releasing your hands to the mat. Pick up the left foot and send it up high. Shake out the leg. Lower the foot to downward facing dog. Bicycle it out. Settle the heels at Homukha Svanasana, downward facing dog as we breathe. Right foot, inhale it high. Exhale it through. So sometimes I'll come to the fingertips here. It's a little bit of a cheating, right? But it does allow me to kind of lift up the knee a little bit higher, pressing floor away, and the foot lands between the hands. You could use blocks to do that also, to give you a little bit of a lift. Lower the left knee, shin, top of the left foot down. Heel toe the right foot to the right corner edge of the mat. Left hand to the floor or to the block. Sweep right arm, inhaling. Exhaling as you send it back like you're looking back. Now as you shift the weight forward to the femur bone, you're picking up the right foot, the left foot, and you're reaching and grabbing the left foot with the right hand. As you gently test it out here and draw the heel into the hip here. So easy with the knees. If any knee issues, you might skip this one, or you might just focus on the flexion. If you want more, you're gradually coming forward to the forearm, to the outer blade of the right foot. You might open, so the inner blade of the right foot is off the floor, and as you send the pelvis forward and down, you're turning to your right. Neck long. You might bring the chin in towards the chest and then turn to look up towards the ceiling. Slowly as you release. So again, the foot comes back down nice and easy, right? Inhale. Exhale, the right hand comes back. And now you start to press hands into the floor, or you have blocks here. Some might lift the left knee off the floor. And again, this tunnel on your right side, you're going to send your right hand through. Shift your weight to the right a bit so you could extend your right arm out also. Now brace core, belly button in. If you want a bit more, you might be lifting hands off the floor here. Slowly hands come back. Right hand comes on the inside. Spin the left foot heel down. Heel toe the right foot to the left. And then hand to the floor or fingertips or block here. Maintain lift, draw belly in. Inhaling the left arm. And then slowly extending, taking the bend out of the right knee. Brace through the core if you're coming up here. So block underneath your right hand in case you need to. Little micro bend in the knees, okay? Belly in. And gradually you're lifting left hand up high. Resting it behind you or sending it overhead. But make sure that you work with the breath here and open and lift and lengthen first. Slowly as you release, come down. You're bending your right knee. Inhale as you come up now. Actually, before we forget, we're going to go ahead and bring the left hand down again. We're going to heel toe the right foot to the right first. Yeah, this is part of the sequence that we want to make sure we come down. Now, we're going to get this part right. Left knee comes down, left hand to the floor or to the block. Okay? Again, you're bringing the inner right thigh in towards the center. You're lifting out of the waist, belly in, and then with an inhale, you're opening, reaching, and lengthening right hand up. If you want a bit more, you're curling left toes under, left knee lifts off the floor, and you're here for a revolved sort of side angle variation. Left shoulder girdle again, relax it away, find length in the neck here, shoulders away, extending through the back foot heel. Big inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down. Left foot heel, spin it down. Now you're checking for that alignment. Brace through the core, inhaling. Exhale, warrior two. Now, widen your stance if you need to. Left foot heel is glued down. Guide the inner right thigh a little bit to the right. Lift, lengthen out of the waist, belly button in, soften through the neck and shoulders, find ease or sukha, and then drishti past your front hand, sink a little bit lower. Inhale, extending. Exhale, reversing the triangle, all right? So belly button in. We're going to go ahead and, again, we're going to draw the left hip back just a bit here. Lift and lengthen. If you need to heel to the back foot a little bit closer, do that. It'll help you maintain the lift and length. Reaching the right hand up, palm of the right hand facing the back. Maybe looking to your left, up and over to the left as you reach. So don't think back bend, think side stretch. You're reaching up and to your left here. If you want a bit more, maybe you're reaching with two hands. Pressing through the middle toe, big toe of that right foot, really rooting down through the feet, maintaining the pranic lift here with the pranic breath. Soften through the neck. Inhaling there. Exhaling as you come back. So now you're again, you might wiggle a bit and turn so that your now left heel is off the floor and kind of like you're coming to a lunge, right? Beginner level, you're going to lower your left knee shin down to the floor first before you set up the twist here. Tricep slides outside of the right thigh. Lower the left knee shin if you need to. Palm of the right hand on top of the left. Pushing off the back toes to maintain the lift and length out of the waist. Hand on top of hand. Slowly as we release, coming back, time to pick up the right foot and shake out that leg. Downward facing dog, walk the dog, pedal it out. Good. Now maybe a new move for some of us here. We're going to come to this high plank position. We're going to draw belly in and push floor away. Your right foot is going to step outside of your right hand. As you lift your right hand off the floor, pick up the left foot and try not to let the left foot touch and land as you come back. Your right hand comes back. Right foot step it back, high plank. halfway down. Back up, inhale. Left foot steps. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right foot through. Float core active. Step it back, hand down. Inhale, step back. High plank, exhale halfway. Back up, inhale. Exhale, right foot forward. This time, just one breath. Left foot back, hand down. Right foot back, high plank. Halfway. Back up. Left foot outside. Right foot through. Notice my hips aren't touching. Float it back. Land. High plank. Halfway. Now upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Bicycle it out. Settle the heels. Lengthen breath through the nose. If the body's warm, feel free to exhale through the mouth. Inhaling. Exhale, you're stepping, hopping, or walking forward. Feet apart a few inches, lift, lengthen halfway. Exhale, relax the forward fold. March in place, or ragdoll, pendulum, side to side. And then gorilla pose or padahastasana. Hands underneath the feet, line up the toes into the creases of the wrists. And press and massage a little bit here. And if you want a bit more, slowly as you contract through the quadriceps, belly lifts into the spine. Shift the weight onto the balls of the feet a little bit here. Now as you contract thighs, with an inhale, elongate neck, almost looking forward. Exhale, deepen your forward fold. Your palms are now pulling on the soles of your feet. Belly in, head down, shoulders apart, longer neck, bandha active. Slowly as you release. Now your torso comes up about halfway. Again, the forearms support the weight so the back can get a little more comfortable. But do draw the belly in, don't just relax it. Again, slow rotations with your neck. Good. Now, slowly as you start to come with the torso more upright and erect, keep drawing in the belly, bring that tailbone underneath. A lot of bandha activity. Shift the knees back a little bit here, lift the toes, fan them open. Palms face down, energetic arms, awkward chair as we hold. Reaching forward, but the shoulder girdles are pulling back, belly in. Slowly coming up. Exhale as you release. Shift the weight to the right foot. I'm going to step back just a little bit here. And now, tree pose on the right side. If you're going for the sort of half lotus, easy with the knee as you cup the top of the left foot with the left hand. Bring it up on the left thigh. And then send the right knee down and back. Pelvis pelvis forward, lift, lengthen out of the waist, draw the belly in here, Rikshasana or tree. Any hand variation you like is fine. Slowly hands come back. You'll release the tree leg, maintain a little bend, and now you're extending that right foot heel away, or you're pointing toes. Torso and leg make a T with respect to the left foot leg. Hovering here, maybe one hand forward, one hand back. Maybe both hands forward. Slowly, as you come back, maybe we can do one more. You're floating the right foot here, or reaching forward with the left hand, outer blade of the right foot heel as you grab, extend it away. And release. Shake out that left foot, pat out the legs a little bit, shrug the shoulders, and come back, center of the mat or top of your mat. Just make sure you have enough room. Shift the weight over to the right foot, pick up the left. So tree, I apologize, I should have mentioned this before. Beginner level, you may have kickstand. A bit more advanced, maybe you were to the calf, just don't put it on the knee. Or to the inner thigh is okay. If it comes to the inner thigh, just make sure that the right sort of leg also presses against that foot. Otherwise, your hip is going to go to the right. You don't want that. You want to be as sort of aligned and centered here. I like the sort of half lotus because I like to work that flexion in my knee. And over time, my knee has gotten a little more flexible. Plus, I'm a little skinnier, so it's a little bit easier for me. But again, modify as you need to here. Any arm variation you like. As you release that side, again, try not to land it. Keep a little micro bend in the right knee if you need to. Extending the foot or the heel back. Square up the hips here and belly button draw it in. Maybe one hand reaching back, one hand reaching forward. Maybe both hands. Slowly, as we come back. Before we land it one more time, again, maybe we keep it lifted. Maybe right hand reaches for that left foot and you extend the foot heel away. Slowly releasing. Shake out that left foot. Shrug the shoulders. Let's go through a flow. Exhale, swan dive, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back into your high plank or go through chaturanga. Transitioning. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Settle the heels, the feet down. Good. Now step your right foot forward and circle to your left for Prasarita Padottanasana. Feet apart, line them up here. Torso nice and long torso here, right? Long neck, shoulders away, pigeon toe to feet slightly in, little micro bend in the knees if you need to. Hug in the belly, inhaling. Gentle relax into the forward fold. Let the stretch across the back so the legs gradually settle. Good. Now as I come up, I'm going to continue to circle to the left. You circle to your left also. And for Ardha Hanumanasana, half split or full split Hanumanasana, bring the blocks with you. You want to first make sure that you heel toe and you adjust so you're facing the back. You're squared up, sort of facing in that direction. And then you'll start to slowly lower the knee down. Now, some may have the luxury of wooden floors. If the wooden floors are slippery, a folded towel underneath your left heel, and gradually, slowly, you're letting that heel slide away. If you're working for your full splits, right? Otherwise, you're kind of heel toeing like me, especially if you're not as flexible, and you're gradually heel toeing that the back foot away here. I don't have the blocks nearby, so I'm going to just kind of stay on the hands here, on the fists, sort of, as I try to maintain the lift here, working the full splits. So left hip, I'm trying to draw it back, dorsiflexing left foot towards me. Draw the belly in. And notice where you can find more comfort in the asana. If you want a bit more, you might be slowly working for the sort of forward fold or your half split. So now, just for the sake of demo, I'm going to work my way back towards the half split as I bring the knee in. Now, the right shin foot rests, and this is Ardha Hanuman, or the half split is here. Left hip draws back, right pelvis forward and down, so you may have been here. Now, as we bring the sole of the left foot back down, so we can lift up the right knee and circle to the center again for another Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands to the floor is a good option. It's safer. If you want a bit more, also stretch through the chest, maybe hands behind as you interlace and you forward fold here. Slowly as you release, hands help you circle to the right. So I'll start this time with the half split. I'll lower the left foot shin down, the knee, and I'll extend, flexing the right foot towards me. This is Ardha Hanumanasana, or half split. You might be here, one hand or both hand over that foot as you relax into the forward fold. Otherwise, using the blocks on each side, maybe you're working for your full splits here. Again, don't rush into it. We want to avoid hamstring injuries. We want to gradually work that split, the full split Hanuman. If you had a towel underneath the right and underneath the heel, now you might have one underneath your right heel, gradually working to slide the heel a little bit away. But notice where your point of resistance is. Don't force it past there today, gentle so you avoid any injury. Slowly as we release, I'm going to just come right back to Prasarita, and I'm going to just dynamically move a little bit here, right and left. We'll work the Skasandasanas here, so we get a little flexion in the knee to counter the deeper stretch along the backs of the legs. Circling clockwise to our right, we'll come to our high plank. We'll lower down to the forearms for a dolphin plank. You're welcome to lower the knees down, the shins down, hug the belly in. If you want that core challenge, then your curling toes and the knees are high off the floor. Time starts now. Good. We're going to come to a plank. Some might come to a child's pose to rest. If you're staying with me here, left hand in the center, or modify with the forearm down. Side plank to the right here. Outer blade of the left foot heel. Maybe the sole of the foot even comes down. Side plank here. Elevate the foot here. Hover. Now, as you bend the knee, your right foot plants behind you and you're right into your wild thing. Circle nice and slow with the right arm, shoulder. Exhale and come back. Adjust here, come back to your high plank, right hand to the center. Outer blade of the right foot, heel down. Modify if you need to. Side plank to the left here. Elevate here, hips lifting. Bending left knee. Plant the left foot for your wild thing here. Slowly as you come back, high plank inhaling, Chaturanga, transition again, and sit back this time for a child's pose, Balasana. Settle the forehead down, wiggle the shoulders away from ears, and rock the head a little bit left and right. And open, close hands a few times, curling the fingers towards the wrist, or make a fist here and circle the wrists around. Good. We'll start to send our hands forward now. We'll cupcake the hands so the fingertips press to the floor, and we're going to go ahead and try to just keep the elbows off the floor. If that's a bit much, lower the forearms and the elbows down. Lengthen breath. And you're sort of creating a little traction with the fingertips here as you pull your hands back and down so that the shoulder girdles draw away from ears here, belly in. Feeling more space between ears and shoulders. Good. Slowly as we release here. Come on to your tabletop position. Cow and cat a few times. Excellent. Now, we're going to go ahead and lower down to the belly and the thighs again. Okay? And we're going to have the hands in that same arms in the same position. We're going to bring the feet together. Keep the knees apart a little bit. We're going to rock them a little bit left and right. Windshield wipers here. Good. We're going to go ahead and bring the shins back down, tops of the feet pressed down. We're going to sweep the arms behind us. Lift up nice and high for locust. Some might interlace hands behind, palms pressed together. Now as you send the knuckles away, find length in the arms, shoulders away from ears, longer neck. Now you're going to, as opposed to sort of externally rotating through the feet and legs, you're going to internally rotate. Okay, so hopefully you could see that. So the tops of the feet are more flat initially. Try to keep that sort of shape in the legs, engage through the glutes, elongate, pointing through the toes, hug the belly off the floor, suck it in, and then now try to come to locust. So don't let your heels come together. Slowly as you release, up as we inhale or to table, and downward facing dog, we'll exhale it out. Bicycle it out a bit. Send that right foot nice and high. Exhale it through for pigeon. Some might come to the back and do modify with the figure 4. Those that came through with the right foot, heel toe it to the left, and the left knee shin comes down to the right as you try to sit the hip. Now, my pelvis is kind of diagonally facing over to the left and forward here. I want to come back, internally rotate through the hip pelvis, and try to bring the knee back further in the midline as I keep the foot here. If that's a bit much, you'll have to take more of a bend in the knee and your shin might be here. But if you're working for that deeper hip opening, right, you're trying to work this here, gentle with the knee of course, maintain the dorsiflexion, place a block underneath the right hip. For a more sort of relaxing position, get comfortable with the knee, come to your resting pigeon. Good, slowly as you release. Now, bring that left knee in and cross over here. So you still maintain that shin there. Come up and sit tall on the sit bones. Hug the right knee in or right arm across. Now as you wiggle the left foot here, just make sure that the left foot is there. Now some might have the leg extended to take the bend out of the knee. That will bring some comfort to the knee also. Or you're here for a variation of Ardha Matsyendrasana or seated twist. I won't go for the bind today. I'm going to focus more on the lift. Hug the belly in as I sit up tall. The inhales are lifting. With the exhales, I'm trying to soften through the neck and shoulders and find a little micro turn to the left. So each exhale does that. Gently as you release, send that left foot back again. So now you're coming back to kind of like this position, kind of like your pigeon again, right? Picking it up and sending that right foot, shake out the leg. Those with the figure 4 on your back, try to also come out, maybe go through a flow or shake out the right side before you set up your figure 4 on the left side. When we're ready, left foot, we're going to send it up high. Exhale it through for our pigeon. Same Details on this side. You're initially trying to maintain the lift and wiggle that right knee more towards the center, internally rotating to draw your right pelvis forward and down, keeping that shin across perpendicular to the mat as much as possible. But if that's a bit much for the knee, you need to bend the knee a bit more, then that's totally fine. One side may be a bit tighter or looser than the other. Block under the hip on this side if you need it. Slowly as you come back, you sit the left sit bone down, right knee comes in and foot comes across. You send your weight back to the right again. Those on their back with the figure 4, maybe come try the seated twist also. Coming up with inhale. And exhale, left arm across. Right hand working behind for support. Fingertips can press floor away. With your inhale, sit up tall out of your waist, belly button in. Gently as the back of the arm maybe presses. Slowly as you release. Send the feet forward. Shake out the legs a little bit here. Bring the soles of the feet together. And for your cobbler's pose, you could sit forward and work on your forward fold. You could sit up tall if you like here. Soles of the feet press together and the knees will send them towards the floor. Belly in. Or you're grabbing the feet and you're working for the forward fold. I like this particular position because I'm working on an active external rotation. Through the hips a bit here, through the knees. You could try this also. You could bring the feet here a little further away and hands back here, okay? And actively keep a little bend in the knees, the feet down, and turn them open here. Now, chest up, belly in. Relax the feet, shake out the legs a little bit here. Give those wrists a little stretch. Circle out the hands. Excellent. Now as we gradually start to set up for Shavasana here, maybe come on down to the back first, hug the knees in, rock a little bit left and right. If you need a shoulder stand, a back bend, a bridge pose, at this point, you're pretty much doing what you need to prepare for your Shavasana. Make your space ready, have your music ready here, dim the lighting, wherever you are. Take a little shoulder stand today, just to get a little bit of a stretch here, chin to chest. Releasing through the back of the neck just a bit. That's Halasana actually, that's plow pose. Now we'll come to Sarvangasana or shoulder stand. You can have hips on blocks, of course, resting the hips on the blocks as you send the feet up high. Excellent. that pretty much concludes our practice. But again, please go ahead and take your time after this to set up for your Shavasana, or as I mentioned before, anything else that you need to do here. But I'll just seal the practice here, and as I mentioned before, you're welcome to stay in your Shavasana as long as you need to. Thank you so much again for joining me today. I hope you had a great practice. I hope you modified and rested when you needed to. Of course, you can always pause the video as well too. So again, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Look forward to our next session. I hope you rest well. Until next time, Namaste. Shanti.